Hey, sweet friends, so I don't know about you, but I want to have an even if kind of faith, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego had, where even though God didn't step in and save the day before they were thrown in the fiery flames, that they chose to say, like, we believe that our God can save us and will save us, but even if He doesn't, still are we going to choose and believe, and we're not going to bow down. We're not going to give in. We're not going to give up. And, one of the things I always think about in their story, and you can find it in the book of Daniel in the Bible, it is interesting that they had such tenacious faith when they were so young, and all the things that they had gone through, and their life went from bad to worse when they were taken into captivity into Babylon. But through it all, they didn't, get mad at God. It doesn't say that they just didn't believe Him anymore, that they were like, oh yes, and they eagerly bowed down to this golden statue that the king of Babylon chose to build. No, despite their present circumstances, when nothing was going according to what they thought and it should, still they chose to believe. And they had an even if kind of faith. And God didn't save them from being thrown into the flames. He did something even better. He walked through the flames with them, friend. And He's walking through the flames of our affliction with us even now. I know somebody out there is wondering today, like, God, why didn't you stop me from being thrown into the flames? Like, whatever you're going through, it's hard and it's lasted a long time. And you did have the even if kind of faith. Friend, He is right there, even if you can't see it right now, walking through those flames with you. And one day you are going to walk out on the other side, and you're not even going to look like you walked through those flames. Those guys, when they walked out of that fiery furnace, it said that they didn't have, their hair wasn't singed, their clothes weren't singed, nothing. They didn't even smell like fire. Like, you're not going to look or smell like what you went through. Like, it's going to be such an amazing story of God's goodness, how He walked through the fire with you. He may not have saved you from the fire, and I know that's hard, because we in our own mind think, well, of course, that's so amazing if God would just save them from being thrown in the flames. But wasn't it an even greater miracle that He was there with them through the flames, and He got them through on the other side, not even looking like they had been through the fire? Like, friend, that is going to be your story, and it's going to touch people far and wide, because their story, it touched people. It made people realize the power and the might of God, that God would come and walk through the flames with them, would be right there and get them out on the other side. And then through that, the whole country worshiped and bowed down to the one true God. They had an even if kind of faith, friend. And through that, God blessed them mightily. And they were able to just show the whole nation the glory of God through them choosing to not bow down, to not give up, to not give in, and to say, even if I get thrown into the flames, even if God doesn't come through in the time and the way that we know He can, still are we going to believe. Friend, let us together choose today to have an even if kind of faith, that if God doesn't come through in the way that we think He should, or the time frame that we think He should, that we're still going to choose to believe. That even if He doesn't do the way that we think, still are we going to choose to believe. And we are going to see mighty, amazing things that He does in and through our life when we activate our faith and we choose to believe no matter what. I love you, friend. I hope you have a great day. And I cannot wait to hear about the amazing things that are going to happen when you choose to have an even if kind of faith.